Reading selection leaving.
Maybe a reflection.
Yeah, totally.
In life, you will be faced with many obstacles, and with these obstacles comes decision making. I'm sure you've all struggled with whether to have Chipotle or McDonald's for dinner, or whether to pick the t-shirt or the polo for tonight's upcoming festivities. These examples, no matter how mediocre, are all a part of the decision-making process. In life, one is faced with different experiences, good and bad. My name is Marty Belot, and I am here to share 3 experiences in my life that have shaped who I am today. When I was in first grade, my parents decided to sign me up for the Parks and Rec soccer program. At that age, the decision-making was not up to me. Although I did not mind either way, my mom and dad wanted me to try the sport. When I was 6, I was not interested in much other than the monkey bars and what flavor of pudding was put in my lunch that day. My parents believed that in life, I was needed to choose my own decisions and make my own decisions. Over the years, my love for the sport began to grow, and I began to make my own decisions when it came to the sport. I advanced from the Parks and Rec Little League to the club team, and from the club team to the premier team, which was the hardest transition because there were no longer sliced oranges at halftime. Finally, it was time for my freshman year, and I had the opportunity to try out for the high school team. After my junior season, I was faced with my very first big decision. Was soccer something I wanted to continue? I had to recognize the fact that I was now a young adult and the decision was no longer up to my mom and dad. After long, hard thinking, I decided to quit my soccer career. My love for the game was no longer there anymore. Listening to my father's words of encouragement, if you do not love it, don't do it, helped me to let go of soccer, which has opened many doors for me today. After quitting soccer, my senior year of high school, I was granted with an opportunity unlike any other I had expected. I was recruited to be a member of the University of Kansas women's rowing team. Again, being forced to make a life-changing decision on my own, I was on edge about the idea my entire first semester of senior year. I knew that college was going to be in transition, and I could not decide if being a member of a Division I college team was something I needed to add to my plate. Playing sports my whole life, spur of the moment, I decided why not give it a try. I was offered a partial scholarship, clothing, free tutoring, etc. It seemed like quite the deal. After 5 months of training, I realized that I absolutely could not stand the sport. It took me everything in me to not go into the coach's office and say, I quit. Again, with support from my dad, I was encouraged to finish what I had started and stick it out until the end of the season. It was not easy. In fact, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done, but I am glad to say that I was able to finish out the year. Long before my freshman year of college, I was also encouraged by my family members to do recruitment. Personally, I have always known that being a part of a sorority is something I wanted to do. Although my grandmother, mother, sisters, and aunts were all members of different sororities, I was still unfamiliar with what the opportunity had to offer. I had heard from a variety of people that would be the best experience of my life, and I had heard that it would also be the worst. Either way, I was going to make the decision for myself. I went into recruitment in August 2013 at the University of Kansas with a complete open mind. It was a 4-day elimination process that consisted of visiting every house on campus until you found the house that best fit you. Over the 4 long days, I was myself, I made the best of every conversation I had, and I kept my attitude positive. By the end of the week, the choice was all mine. I am now a member of the Kappa Alpha Theta chapter, and I could not be happier. To this day, my decision to do recruitment as a freshman in college has been one of the most self-fulfilling and beneficial decisions I have ever made. If it were not for my mother and father in first grade pushing me to do something I was not particularly excited about, there is a chance I would not be where I am today. I am grateful for being pushed out of my comfort zone at a young age because it has taught me that you will never know unless you try. It has taken the negative experiences in my life for me to realize what is most important. I have learned that it takes investment, dedication, and curiosity in determining which experiences best fit you. I tried rowing, and I didn't like it, but hey, you live and you learn. I tried sorority, and I loved it, and here I am today giving a speech in front of my very own sorority sisters.
Come on, sister.